Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on here once again, going to be continuing a single player playthrough on 1.1, yes. So, if you weren't here last time, we had gotten a little bit more done on our radio control units factory. We got the factory up and going with all the machines, and we took some of the blueprints from the high-speed connectors factory and made it fit our own factory over here, which looks very, very good. We got everything belted and the machines are functional as well. So today's plan is to start working on blueprints for the outer shell of the factory so we can get this factory done and move on to the next one. There, everything's working out as it should. So let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's go. Alrighty then, and here we are. Let's go ahead and grab this slug while we're over here. Always got to go to a quiet place to record the intro because the trains are just too loud, and I like to record with the audio, so like it's working out pretty good. We got a little bit of lag today, it looks like, but yeah, we got the factories up and going, so that means it's decoration time. So we're going to be decorating the outside. I was thinking about the central area, and I think I might have a plan for it. Also, we do need to get lights. There we go. Thinking about belts, thinking about lights. We need to get some lights going for our train stations as well. So we're going to take these lights and stick them underneath here so we can light up the area. And I was thinking about running some beams or something across the center here so that we can get lights overshadowing the belts themselves. It's like either that or we figure out a different way to make that happen. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how I can make that happen. I made this space right here and now I don't have a way to light the place. Not with normal means anyway. So I need to do some stuff. But yeah, this factory is lagging with the autosave. But no, this factory is up and going fully. We got everything belted and whatnot, so it looks good. And this is just in case you weren't here last time or the time before that. This is how much we're making. We're making 20 radio control units per minute, and we're going to be using those 20 to be making our pressure conversion cubes as well. I don't know how many pressure conversion cubes we're going to make, so we may go and visit. That might be the thing we do first. That'll give me a little more time to think anyway. All right. I guess we'll just grab ourselves a train. Well, actually, no. We can hypertube cannon over there. Well, I mean the hypertube cannon's going the wrong way, but yeah, we can make that happen. Make it happen, absolutely. Yeah, my CPU is not very happy with me right now. My CPU is struggling with this game. There's so much going on with this world. So yeah, let me take this and we're going... Oh wow, there we go. We're going to aim one of them this way. So I still haven't worked on the skin for these yet. And I know this is the old-fashioned way. People are going to be like, just use the looping one. It's like, yeah, but I like the old-fashioned one. The old-fashioned one's better for me because I know exactly about roughly how far I'm going to go. I know that it's not going to send me off the map completely anyway. All right, we'll go ahead and swap to our jetpack, which has got ionized fuel in it, and let's go. Woo. Yeah, I was right to choose this one. So yeah, we haven't been over here in a very long time, but we've had these factories made since very early on. I guess since we've had the blenders, which, yeah, pretty long time ago. And it's gonna lag quite a bit because we don't have, it has to load a lot. Plus we're crossing biomes very, very quickly. So it does lag the game out. Even on a normal PC, you're more than likely gonna have a little bit of lag. All right, off into Depression Land. Yeah, I need to figure out how many, okay. So we need 20 per minute. Oh, well, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so we need 20 per minute to make this happen. All right. That's all I needed to know. Now I need to get back there. What would be the easiest way? I mean, another hypertube cannon, probably. I mean, I could always take a train, I guess. I don't really want to put a hypertube cannon out here because I don't come out here very often. But yeah. Oh, and I need to repaint this ever so slightly because the color has changed. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, slightly more yellow, less orange. What the heck did I do with these belts? These belts are very weird. Let's go ahead and fix that. Fix that while we're here. Yeah, I don't know what happened with these belts. I did something a little strange. I think... Actually, I don't know. I used like a weird green, I guess. There you go. That fixes that. Okay. Do I have the uploaders ready to go for pressure conversion? I do. Okay. Very good. These ones don't have a sink. We did put a sink for them. Yeah. But yeah, this is all my frame factories out here. It's been a while since we've been out here to see them. Well, we've got the frame factory, and then we've got the heavy modular frame, or the modular frame, the heavy modular frame, the... oh man, I forget it. I forget what they're called. These are the pressure conversion cubes here. And those fuse modular frames, that's what they are. Okay, that's right. Fuse modular frames, we got it. Alrighty. I guess, yeah, like I said, I'll just take a train back. But hey, we figured out that that's how many we're using. And so we're making how many we're using, which the machines are summer slipped anyway, so there's that. Yeah, I'll just throw a train down. And what we'll do is we'll edit the timetable. And we'll go type in radio control for unit factory export, save changes, turn on self-driving, and off we go. Because if I drive myself, I'm going to cause a train crash. So, and I don't want. If you cause a train crash now with this many trains, you'll cause so many backups, and it's like it's like when you get traffic, right? If you get traffic on a major like roadway that has a lot of lanes and stuff like that, and you get a crash, and even though you clean up that crash, that clog of traffic will last all day. It will last all day, because even though the traffic is moving, you just basically you take your backup and you just move it down the miles as it clears itself out. But it does take a while before it finally does clear itself out. It's actually quite interesting to watch. Watch one of those sky view cams. We must be following a train. But yeah, and it's almost kind of like that with this game too. I mean, it clears itself out pretty quickly, but yeah, I don't want to cause a crash, because once I cause a crash, then we do cause backups, and then if any factories are running, the factories end up, getting into a little bit of trouble, a little bit behind for loading or unloading, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the time. Alrighty. Alrighty then, so now that we're back over here with our current radio control units factory, we need to design a blueprint that's going to go on the very outside. Now, what we had decided last time was we were going to leave the sides in like this, and then basically go from this corner to that corner, and then go straight up basically from there and whatnot. Now we kind of threw away the idea of a giant radio a little bit, because it just wasn't gonna work. And I actually have a different idea as well. Ooh, that could really work. That would be kind of interesting, but also it'd be very boring, I think. Even though it's got a rounded edge to it, it'd be very boring of a factory. Yeah, I don't think maybe we'll do that on the top here. That would be very interesting. But yeah, so what we want to do is we want to make an interesting, basically an interesting shape from, you know, roughly down here to up here. So I'm thinking a single thing, and we got our blueprinter up here because we're going to be making a blueprint. First things first, though, I'm going to grab myself a wall so that I know how tall the blueprint is. Okay, so that's where and just as a temporary thing, let's go ahead and put it on this side, please. Thank you. All right, so this is where the foundation edge is, and that's where our wall is, essentially. I put the wall on this side. So we're going from here to up there, essentially. So we need to start in this square and then end up on the opposite side of this right here in order to make that work. Now we could just do a simple angle. That is also possible, but I want to do a straight piece first. I think a simple angle is probably going to work the best here. And then we're going to go ahead and paint these black. I think as well, we're going to have a concrete wall so you can't see the outside portion of this. And I think what I'll do, let's remove this for a minute. I think what I'll do is I'll aim this up at this, like that. And we'll start off with this angle here. I don't know if we're going to do multiple angles. I don't think we will. It'd be very... Although, that would make a very interesting shape. Huh. Hold on. Actually... Well, don't get rid of the wall, actually. I have a very interesting idea. What about an upside down... half curve? That could be very interesting, because then we could see if we could like rotate it to be like we could do like curves, almost like a base, essentially, if you know what I mean. So basically we go from, well, no, that's not going to work because the factory itself, like, you can't curve that up like that. We could do a half curve and then straight down. That would work. Okay. All right. So, okay, got it. I know exactly what we're going to do. Yes. Actually, do we have... We might already have one. Where's it at? Blueprints, it was... Was it that factory? No, that's an outside curve. We need it... We need an upside down. Almost like that. Yeah, let's try the arch bridge. Blueprints. Arch. With the iron arch. Oh yeah, so this doesn't, I forgot that you can't fit this in a blueprinter. You just, the game will literally not let you put this inside of a blueprinter. But of course, that's way too big anyway. We need a single foundation one. Yeah, we need one that only does a foundation. So if we're doing a single foundation, I guess we got to figure out how many. We got to figure out how many of these is a single foundation. It looks like it's only one, right? So if it's only one, that doesn't really help us. Well, I suppose it gives a single shape. Yeah, it may be too small to make this work. Well, we'd always give it a try. So basically, this would be the side you would see going around. Yeah, that's just not going to work. And the reason it's not going to work is because you'd have the little tiny curve up here, and then it would just be straight down, so you wouldn't even notice it really. Okay, single angle it is then. All right. Yeah, that was it was an interesting idea, but yeah, we're gonna have to go with something else. All right, grab ourselves some walls again. Okay, and go architecture. Grab ourselves another big concrete pillar. I'm going to put this on the edge because I'm probably going to end up building 2 of them. And then, actually, do we want, not that color. I need to go with the other color. This one here. The electric gray, as we called it. No, I don't think we can get that color. Because even if we do -5, yeah, -5, it's going to turn it black. Yeah, I really wish that the colors on the concrete stuff saturated it more without having to go, like if we run at this, we'd have to go +5, right? But then we'd have to go all the way to blue. It's like, okay, well, how do we get darker blue? Well, we can't really do that. You have to leave it at roughly 5 or 10, depending on what you want, and it's really hard to get the blue we want. Like even with that, that's the only way to saturate it. But then you're oversaturated. The color is oversaturated, so it's actually, is it the hue? Yeah, it's the hue that's being changed there at the bottom. Or whatever. Yeah, this is the hue, this is saturation, right? I forget. Yeah, so that's not going to work. Okay, so we just have to pick a color. These are the only ones that actually saturate it decently. So that's why a lot of people go with like carbon steel or something. It's just easier to work with. Okay, so then we're going to go this way, and I'm going to aim it like this. I'll go bam, bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. 2, 3, 4. Now then, we'll have to go. I think we have to go 5, don't we? Yeah. Looks like we have to go 5, and then what we can do. Okay. Oh, that's right. I know what I need to do. Okay. That's actually easy. We can make that happen. Okay, yeah, I did this a little bit wrong. Yeah, I need it. Yeah, it should be over this much. So zoop that up to the correct height. There we go. What I did wrong was I used the wall rather than doing it this way. So if you want the two pillars to match, you gotta take the beam from the two edges that you want to be perfect, like that. And what we'll do is we'll take this one and we'll go okay, so if that happens where it won't slide down the beam, then you can just, you'll take your beam and you'll put the zoop mode on, grab this, down, whoops, not down, sorry, it was default mode. Do that and then go, see I can nudge it whichever way I want after I place it there. This usually happens with 45-degree angles. It has issues. And it's probably going to be the same. No, it won't be the same on this side. Just a little bit of a nudge bug, I think. Oh, now wait a minute. Did I do the wrong edge? I did do the wrong edge, didn't I? Hey, wait a minute. Yeah. Yep, I guess it has to be from this edge. I guess that the inner edge doesn't really matter because you're not going to be able to see it anyway. Yeah, because if we nudge it from here, I don't think... Oh, maybe it will. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect on the inner edge. That's okay. Like I said, we're not going to see that edge anyway. But yeah, now that I've got the correct edge selected... First, we could probably get it very close. Like there, maybe. There we go. Close enough. And look how close that is. Actually not bad. Okay. Alrighty, so now that we've got that selected, this should work. So we'll do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as... Wait, there is a way. No, you can't do it that way. Special. We go over here. Because it's a blueprint set. I'm going to go over this blueprint and I'm going to load radio control units factory 2. It doesn't really matter which one I load. What I do is I just take this, control C, close that out. Clear the blueprint designer with all the lag. Remove the blueprint designer with all the lag. We'll control V that over here. Right, now we'll select icon. Now that we have that copied, as long as the session holds, we'll be able to save that. And any new blueprints we make, we can just paste the name. So that's that. Right, blueprints. I just want to see how this looks. Oh. Oh, wait, no. Do we go down? I mean, that's not bad, but yeah, I did go over a little too far. Wait, how far did we go over? I thought we only went over a foundation. I guess I went from outside to outside, didn't I? Oh, balls. Well, I'm gonna have to fix that, but that's the basic idea. Is to, yeah, get that. It was supposed to be within a foundational space. Yeah. Whoopsie. But yeah, we can make that happen and then get our blueprints on the side here. I don't know exactly how I'm going to design this outside piece, but I'm thinking maybe we put one like this, and then maybe we do put one inwards as well, and then we get kind of this weird effect, and we could put like we could put windows in between. That'd be pretty cool. Have like windows, or have like solid panes, or solid lights, or whatnot. We could definitely make something work for that particular space, but that's the basic idea for the bottom half anyway. Alright, I spent a little bit of time building a few blueprints here, and I think I have something I'm happy with. I think, anyway. I may have to slightly modify it, but so far, it's so good. So I started off with, come over here. I started off with this. Obviously, I did fix it, so it actually fits the factory that like it's supposed to. So we start off with this, and then I started getting a little bit crazy with that, and then I started getting a little bit more crazy. I even built doorways for the trains inside the bridge. So yep, we got a little bit crazy, and yeah, that's what we've got so far. I actually like it. I do like the way this turned out for the sides. Kind of what I was envisioning, but kind of not at the same time. Of course, we use the clay method when we build factories. If anybody doesn't know the clay method, I don't think anybody does. I think I'm the only one that does stuff like... Well, I'm not saying that I'm the only one that does stuff like that. I just think I'm the only one to put a name to it. Anyway, call it the clay method, which is basically start off with an idea, start building the factory, and then mold the factory to what you like. Like I said, I'm not the only one to do that kind of thing. That's not what I'm saying, but I am the... I think I'm one of the earlier ones to put a name to it. To come up with a name for it, anyway. But yeah, it's just, start off with an idea and then just start working it until it fits the way you want it to work correctly. I was going to fill in these corners here on these outsides, but I was like, it's too much work. It's too much work to do the corners. So I'll just fill them in this way instead. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too bad with a cutout like that. It's not bad. But yeah, so we got the train line that comes to the factory. I did have to slightly move these so that the signals were not embedded in the wall. I did want them embedded in the wall. Yeah, then I put my lights in here, so they're like scanners essentially for the trains themselves. But yeah, I did have to slightly move that in, but it does seem to have worked. And then, of course, these ones are in one as well. So, because I'm going to put signals here too, so that the intersection works like it should. Just a shorter block after the intersection there. Yeah, I kind of like the way it turned out. Oops, I am stuck. Help! Okay. Yeah, we move over and everything fit together. The way this fit together really nicely was really good. I only had to make a few blueprints, and that was for these, and then I had to make 2 blueprints for this side because this one is slightly different where the train line is. I was thinking about moving the intersection, but then I figured, well, that's too much work. It's also too much work. So I just made a blueprint for this side of it and made a blueprint for this side of it. That way it looks pretty good. All right, so then what we're going to do is I think we're going to for the sides here, this is going to be very interesting how we do this. because we got to cross multiple foundations in order to make this happen. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to design one more blueprint, and that's going to fit right on top of this, and it's going to go from there to there on the sides, and it's going to follow and mimic this same style. This side, however, is going to probably just go straight up with that. We're just going to go straight up until we get to the top of this. As for the bottom side, I guess we could just carry the foundations down. I know I said I wanted to do more like that factory, but that factory just fits so well with that kind of bottom. The other bottoms, they kind of just need to just go straight down, I guess. Yeah, we'll just carry it straight down. Yeah, I do like kind of honeycomb look. It's either that or we just go straight, we go with straight foundations. We could just do straight foundations all the way downwards. How would we do that? Basically take these, I guess. Just go straight down like that and then paint them. I guess it's kind of boring though. Does make a nice base though, very shiny. Yeah, very, very shiny. Actually, I kind of like that. And the reason why I kind of like that is if we were to take this and zoop it, it looks like it's sitting on a nice base. No power. Let me turn off my flashlight. Then you get this, ooh. You get this really nice reflection. Ooh, I have an idea. Oh, I have an idea. Go to concrete, give me these. And we'll make that way the base is not just flat. Yeah, we'll make the base interesting. Ish. I guess you could say. And what we'll do is we'll just take these straight down. It's going to be a lot of plastic. But then again, when are we not using crap tons of materials constantly all the time? Yeah, and then we'll just have like little pieces that kind of stick out. Okay, yeah, we can make that happen. We can absolutely make that happen. Yeah, if we get the base done, this might be a problem. I don't like removing the wrecks, but if they're in my way... Actually, are they? No, they're not in my way. They're like right on the edge. If they're in my way, I will remove them, but more than likely, I don't like to remove the wrecks. They're a piece of history, but obviously we can't just pick them up if we like with that. I don't know what this rail... Oh yeah, I know what this rail line is doing out here. This rail line was so I could take a photo, which was kind of stupid, in hindsight, now that I know what I'm doing, but, well, I say I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I kind of like that. I do like that base idea, because that actually makes it look a little better, as well. Freaking crystal oscillator factory, man. That design went very insane. This design is going to be a little more mild, I think. We'll go a little more mild with it, and call it a day from there. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to do a big radio, but at the same time, I'm like, that's going to take forever to design. Also, is this lit? Why isn't this not... Yeah, this isn't lit in here. What happened? Did the lights just not... Just noticed that. There's not enough light in here. Oh well. Yeah, we're spending so much time on this. By the time we get this factory done, though, our radio control units factory is going to be finished and backed up, which is okay. I mean, look how many radio control units we've already made. That's freaking... Yeah, it's insanity. That's a lot of radio control units. You know, we could still do it. I still want to, but at the same time, I'm like, not a giant radio, but like we could do a top piece. That's part of the factory, essentially. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out. But for now, though, let me get this base done. Oh wait, no. You don't fly over here. Okay, good. Whew. I was just like, you better not be flying over here. You ruined my factory. I will end you. I will end you. I put too much work into this one. Anyway. Yeah, we'll get that base done, and then we'll figure out what to do from there. Yes, indubitably. Alrighty then, and after a little bit of time, finally got the base done, and I also got everything lit as well. And I got these corners finished. Actually went ahead and I didn't do the full thing. I could have done the full thing, but it's just like, it's still too much work. But yeah, I did do the corners to make them look a little bit nicer. And if we actually go inside of here, everything is now lit. We now have lights for our train stations. And I got a little area for our light controller there, which goes and powers the elevator, which the elevator then powers all of this up here as well. So factory's still chugging away. Of course, we're starting to fill this very last train car full of radio control units, and once this train station gets full, then we're gonna put a train down and send it off to make pressure conversion cubes. That'll be very nice. Oh, something I completely forgot to do. I just remembered. Let's go to the middle of the factory here. So we're going to put down a marker for our radio control units because this factory's pretty much done. We're not going to get it done today. I think tomorrow is when we'll get it. We'll get her finished. We'll get the last bit of walls on and stuff like that. Because we're probably going to design a few more of a bit of the blueprints and then put it all together next time. I got my little ring of factories here. Things are working out pretty nicely. Okay. So we're going to do radio control unit. Factory, if I can spell it correctly. There we go. Control unit factory. And we're doing 20 out of 40 because we've doubled it. 20 out of 4. Oh, next thing. That just tells me it's been summer slooped. And then we're going to category factories. Select the icon, of course, and then the color. And we're going to go with that electric yellow that we did yesterday. There we go. Make it a large icon because it's a factory. And apply. Alrighty, so 20 out of 40 have already been. I'm just accounting for the radio control units, or sorry, the pressure conversion cubes, because the pressure conversion cubes is 1-to-1, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is the way it is. But we're making 40 of them, so if we need more, we can always up that other factory. But yeah, we'll send a train out once this train station is full. But yeah, I also got went ahead and got the base done as well. So now we got this little base. I decided to do a corner, kind of 45-degree corner for these as well to kind of match the foundation as well, which does look rather nice. And I don't have much power to fly very far away. So we can look at it from a distance. But if you want to know how to make these, if you don't know how to make these corners like this, I can actually show you here. Let's just go ahead and we'll remove a few like this. But let's say you got this right here. You got this piece, but there's no piece right here to fill in this corner. It'd be awesome if there was a piece to fill in that corner perfectly. I would absolutely love that, but there isn't any. And when you try to do this with it, I mean, you can get close, but this is about the closer you're going to get. You're going to have this little gap like that, and then I think there's a little lip as well. Oh no, it did an okay job. However, here's how you do it correctly. Well, correctly. That's subjective, but yeah, you take your painted beam and you want to make sure this is in freeform mode. Make sure you're in the middle of the foundation that you're using. So if it's a 1 meter, you got to be in the middle of that. If it's a 2 meter, you got to be in the middle of that. And this one's a 4 meter, so we're right in the middle of the 4 meter foundation. But of course, you can also you can be anywhere along this now that you can nudge up and down, but just put it in the middle anyway. But yeah, you're gonna click right on the corner of the middle of the foundation. Actually, this is kind of hard to see, so let's do this. There we go. That makes it a little easier to see. I'm going to take a painted beam though, right in the middle, and you're going to click, aim for the corner, and you're going to click on that corner and have it in freeform mode. And then you're going to drag it over to this other corner, just like this. Beams and doing pillars with beams and stuff is roughly the same idea. And then we're going to take our foundation, and what we're going to do is we're going to aim for the edge of the beam. You can see it snaps to the edge of the beam there. Then you hit the H key to lock it in. Then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put this in vertical mode so I can drag it down. Then I'm going to click and drag it down, and done. Okay. And then you're going to take it from the other side, and no matter how big this angle is, like how long it is, this edge, you're always going to go from the edge of the beam inwards, just to make sure that the corner is perfect. And you hit the H key again, H key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then drag it down. And that is how you do the perfect corner. And you could do this at any angle. It does not matter what angle it is. It'll do any angle, and it'll make a perfect corner as well. So it's actually really nice, and it's faster than doing the whole grabbing yourself a where's it at? Grabbing yourself a catwalk to try and make that perfect corner work. It's just so much faster, so much easier, and it works perfect every time. There's not a... Well, it only works in this situation. It works perfect every time. As long as you place it, it'll work perfect. Oh, whoops. That needs to be that and that. And then colors, carbon steel, that and that. Carbon steel works beautifully. But yeah, and the reason I chose this is so we can get all these reflections going with lumen and stuff like that. Lumen and reflections, they don't really mix all that great, or they do mix decent, but everything looks like it's made of water. Like you sit here and watch it. Yeah, it just looks like it's made of water. Like the surface that it's reflecting off of is water. But it does look good though. It does look good. Could you imagine if we had really good reflections? Oh man, that my PC would explode. I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah, we got the foundations for this particular area as well. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna grab ourselves a wall here, and I'm gonna grab this wall. Oh, neighbor is mowing outside. I live in a trailer park, and everybody's responsible for their own front and backyard. But yeah, we're gonna grab this wall here. I wonder, what if no. I mean, I could actually. That actually isn't a bad idea. Because it's going to be... Yeah, the way this one's going to work is I'm going to pull this one more foundation outwards anyway. Just so it matches. But then we're going to do... like that. And of course, this is going to be covered up, so it's not like it's going to be... Oops, no! We don't need that. And we'll zoop this up. to the top of that foundation. I need to get this factory, when it gets up to the top portion here, everything needs to be conformed again back together. So but yeah, like I said, we're gonna finish this up next time. We'll do some blueprinting next time and get these walls finished up, get this factory done. So then next time we can go ahead and move on to, what factory are we moving on to? Supercomputers, I think. Well, supercomputers won't be done. That factory won't be actually making anything for a while because we need a battery factory. Yeah. So supercomputer or battery factory, that'll be one of the next set of factories that we work on. We'll probably get started on it at the end of the week. Get the platform down, train stations and whatnot, and make that work. But unfortunately, though, we are out of time for this episode, so we'll finish this up next time because we're pretty much done. We just got to get the rest of the sides on. I don't know about the wall over here. I think this wall, we're just going to carry this up probably, or something. We'll do something. But I don't know exactly what we'll do, but we'll do something and make this work to make it look good and get it all, tied up in a nice, neat little bow. We'll see what happens, though. Yeah, like I said, though, unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode of Satisfactory, so I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see on your screen right now. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.